1 Samuel chapter 7, we have the Israelites turning back to God and leaving their selfish ways behind. Samuel, their leader, leads them to a place called Mizpah, where they're going to dedicate their life and worship the Lord. Now, unfortunately, their enemies, the Philistines, catch wind of this, and they go to attack. The people are scared, but they tell Samuel to keep on crying out to God, because he can rescue them from the Philistines. And God shows up. He does that exact thing. He confuses the army and he gives Israel the victory that day. What the Israelites do then is they create a pillar and they name it Ebenezer, which means stone of help. And it's a physical reminder of God's faithfulness and what he did that day and how he rescued them. I think we need to do the same sometimes. We need to remind ourselves with physical reminders of the big milestones where God has shown up in our lives. God shows up in amazing ways summer after summer at camp. Camp is a special place where we get to see the next generation influence and describe what it means to follow Jesus to the generation below them. What an amazing opportunity it is to see how God works summer after summer. We made a short video last year with some audio clips of ways in which God worked last summer, and we're going to play that right now. And it's hopefully something that will encourage you as we look forward to the summer to come. We'll be sure to post more updates as we get closer to summer 2024, and please join us April 13th at Milden Alliance Church. We have our Spring Banquet, and we'd love to see you there, where we'll update you on what to expect with this upcoming season. Thank you, and may this video encourage you today.
Probably the most exciting thing was just reconnecting with the junior boys that came back for a second year, and just getting to catch up and just hear how they're doing, especially the Fair brothers. It's so good just to talk with them and just hear how they really, really wanted to just grow and read their Bible more and pray more. And they were actually like, can you please help me? I really, really want to do this.
Everyone's willing to go up to others and be like, hey, pray for me. Just God stories within the team. And just I don't know, I found it a lot easier to go up and talk to people this year than in the past.
The community, both welcoming me and other new staff this year. It's really telling to where their hearts are aimed towards, not themselves, but to God.
Saw her in chapel during prayer time, be all alone, and I come over to her and I say, what's wrong? She gives me a big hug and she said, I was asking God, why am I alone? And then someone came over and helped me, and that's how I saw God work.
I had a homesick camper, and I felt like the Lord was telling me to go talk to her and let her know that he was her father and that she has nothing to worry. He's always with her. And after that, her heart seemed to come down and she fell asleep.
Oh, I'm so thankful for the camp ministry and what it's done for myself and my family. It's because of the CSSM camp and mission that I came to grow in my faith. In fact, I was the first camper to be baptized here. Yeah. And it was Mr. Sunbow, I believe, who did the honors, who was also very instrumental in helping me feel, who I should be. And this camp helped me to learn basically work skills. I was allowed to stay and work when I was 12 years old. And Mrs. Latrace, showed me how to butter bread properly, for example. And there was a lot of bread buttering that went on every day.
Yeah, I'll bet, yeah.
Being 16 and 17 and being diagnosed with arthritis and having your whole life planned out at that time, the plan was to go to culinary school, and then being diagnosed with arthritis, that was kind of ripped off the table. So it was a blessing to be out at camp, being in the kitchen, cooking, doing what I absolutely love doing again without too many complications.
One girl who was in my first cabin ever, and she was 9 years old, and now she's doing work crew and teen camp, and I'm sure she'll come back as staff. So it's just been really cool to see the legacy this camp has had on so many lives, and just how people keep on wanting to come back, and they love it every time.
She got home Saturday,
So
and
good.
Saturday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, Mom, when do I go back to camp? I'm homesick. I want to go home.
Yeah, camp sick.
And I've told you that before by April. She's like, Mom,
time.
I'm homesick.
Okay,
I
she-
need to get back.
Aw.
So you'll be seeing her probably spring session.
She came back different. I mean, she has completely changed her approach to daily devotion. She never really used to do it. It was a bit of a struggle to even see if she was interested. Now, she comes home Saturday morning, tired as she is. She's up on the sofa, reading her Bible, working through a devotional, and it's all she wants to do now. And she's like, yeah, I find if I read the Bible and do a little devotional 3 times a day, it keeps me stronger and gives me a better worldview. And she can't wait to go back next year. This has changed her life. And this is why camp is important, and possibly one of the most important ministries within the church.